Hey, I'm Christy. When you pack your clothes for vacation, do you pack just the right amount of clothes or way too many? For me, every time I go on a trip, I pack way too much. I pack extra clothes just in case it rains or it snows and I get drenched. Or maybe I'm gonna fall into a puddle or pond or lake. I have to have 40 pairs of socks. You just never know when your feet are gonna get wet. And then because I pack way too much, I can't fit all my souvenirs in my bag. I have to have a snow globe and a magnet and a shirt and a hat, and all of a sudden, I have a lot of baggage. When you think of the word baggage, what do you think of? Tell a neighbor. Baggage can have a lot of different meanings. Yes, baggage is another word for all those suitcases at an airport, but it can also mean just having too many things in our lives. Like those things that can make us feel cluttered or weighed down. They pull our focus away from God. But if we remember our memory verse, we can live in freedom. I will walk in freedom, for I have devoted myself to your commands. Psalm 119:45. Let's see what kind of baggage Bluey and Stewie are dealing with today.
Hey Stewie, how's it going?
Oh, hey there, brother. Not too great. Last week was so crazy and stressful, but this week, I haven't checked in one piece of baggage yet. I'm so bored, I'm losing it. Ah!
Oh, well, do you want to help me sort through the lost and found?
Lost and found?
Yeah, it was so busy last week that a bunch of people lost their stuff. I have to go sort through it all and help them get it back to their owners.
Yeah, you know what? I guess that sounds like fun. Wow, brother, this is a lot of stuff.
Whoa. Well, let's get to work sorting through it all.
This one over here doesn't have a name on it. Hey, does that mean we get to keep it?
I don't think so. It does still belong to someone.
Well, they clearly didn't need it since they lost it. Hey, maybe it wasn't that important to them. But I definitely need it, so you know what? I think I'll keep it.
We'll ask Christy later. For now, just focus on your job.
Okay, fine. Hey, wait. You know what? This one doesn't have a name on it either. I want to keep this one over here. Yeah.
I really don't think you need all of that, Stewie.
I do. Oh, wait. Look at this one. I wonder if there's a name on it.
Stewie, we're supposed to be working.
I am.
No, you're just trying to get a bunch of stuff that you don't need. Besides, it belongs to someone else.
Well, then, you know what? I'm just saying that they should have put their names on it.
Look, let's just call Christy over this and ask for her opinion on them.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Christy? We need your help!
Right. Yeah, it sounds like you two are having quite a disagreement. You're talking about a lot of baggage, right? Well, lucky for you, I know all about that. All kinds of baggage, that is. Sometimes baggage is things like you have a lot to think about, or something that you feel really guilty about, or something that someone should apologize to you about. Other times baggage is like a physical thing, like all those suitcases around you guys. Okay, I think you should listen to this talk. All right, everybody, are you ready? Bluey and Stewie are surrounded by a lot of pretty cool things. Bluey's telling Stewie that it's bad to want those things and that Stewie doesn't need them. Well, it's true. We don't need those things. You want to know why? In our lives, we really only need God. That's it. Pretty cool, right? God provides us with everything that we need. When we focus on Him, He gives us everything so that we don't have to worry about it. But when we worry about something else and all of our attention is focused on it, then we forget about the rest of the things that we need, even though God can take care of all of them. So let's all say, God is all I need. Ready? God is all I need. It's so easy to get caught up in other things in life, just like Stewie and me when I go on a trip. He just found all those things really cool and the lost and found, and then he started to only think about those cool things. Not even the people who lost them. They were probably looking for them though. Well, I have a Bible story straight from the New Testament about a farmer who did the same thing. It can be found in Luke 12. Let's dive into it. And he told them this parable. The ground of a certain rich man yielded an abundant harvest. He thought to himself, what shall I do? I have no place to store my crops. Jesus is telling this story, and this farmer had an abundant harvest, which basically means that he had way more food from his farm than he was expecting. And that's a really good thing. But the farmer was so focused on his crops that he didn't even really thank God for providing him with the harvest to begin with. Let's see what he decided to do with all of his crops. Then he said, this is what I'll do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones, and there I will store my surplus grain. And I'll say to myself, you have plenty of grain laid out for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry. The farmer was so excited that all he could think about was building a new place for his crops. He even thought that he could relax and be kind of lazy for the rest of his life, and he would never need anything else. He trusted that the food from his farm was all he would need. How do you think God feels about this? Well, let's find out. But God said to him, you fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? This is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves, but is not rich towards God. Did you hear that? God called him a fool. The farmer was trusting himself and the crops to take care of him. Who should he really be trusting? God. This story shows us that we should focus on building up our relationship with God and trusting Him. Now, on top of that, the farmer thought that he would never need anything else. But what would he do if he ran out of food? He would just be relaxing and he wouldn't even have more crops to harvest. He would have no food. But if he had turned to God and thanked Him and trusted Him instead of becoming obsessed with his farm, he wouldn't have to worry about running out because God would have continued to bless him if he would just put God first and trust Him. We don't need to store up things on this earth and trust them to take care of us because God is all I need. Let's say that together. God is all I need. It's so easy to let things that are exciting get in our way and keep us from giving God all of our focus. A new phone, a new game, sports at school, drama between friends, all of those things feel like the biggest deal in the world when they happen. But we have to be careful and remember to always take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Whenever something good happens in our lives, instead of putting all your attention into that new thing, thank God for it. Tell Him how much you appreciate His presence in your life. When we recognize God as the provider of all of those cool things in our life, it helps to bring our focus back to Him. God is all I need. Let's say that together. God is all I need. God tells us to not store our treasure in our things here on earth. We should store our treasure in heaven by building a relationship with God. We can have cool phones and be excited about new gifts during our birthdays and Christmas, but keep in mind who you have to thank for all of those things and who is the only one we need in our lives. This week, I want you to practice thankfulness. Every time you think of how happy something makes you or how lucky you feel that you have something cool, thank God for it. If you want to take it one step further, you can clean out your room, donate those clothes or those items that you don't really use or don't need. After all, God is all we need. Let's pray. Dear God, thank you so much that you give us everything we need. Help us to always look to you and trust you for all of our needs because you are all we need. And if you want to make Jesus the leader of your life right now, you can do that with me. Just pray. Dear God, I recognize I've sinned and I've done wrong, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to focus on you and recognize that you are all I need in my life. Come and be the leader of my life. Amen. Oh, I think I better get Bluey and Stewie. All right, guys, how did you feel about that lesson? Oh, I think you understand now. All those cool things in that baggage, you don't need it.
That was so informative. Nicely done, Christy. Yeah.
Stewie, did we learn anything today?
Oh, sure. You know what? I learned that material things aren't important. God is. He is the best, and he is all that we need in life.
Oh, that's great, brother. Now, we can get down to business and finish these bags in the lost and found.
Oh, for sure. You know what? But maybe I can just keep this one because I love the color of it. Oh, it looks so nice over here.
That's not what we learned at all, Stewie.
Ah, well, that's so cool looking.
But don't you remember God is all we need?
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you know what? Maybe I can return this bag to the owner and just be thankful for the things that I have. And maybe in the future, I can get one if God helps me become successful. And then maybe I could buy one, yeah.
You know what, Stewie? That's a good idea.
All right, you know what, Bluey? I'm going to go call this owner. Here we go.
And that is the best idea.